Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the story of one of the most famous kings in history, Solomon. We're kicking things off in the book of 2 Chronicles, chapters 1 and 2, right at the beginning of his reign. It's a powerful start that sets the stage for everything that follows. So David, Solomon's father, has passed away, and Solomon is now king over Israel. The very first thing he does is pretty significant. He gathers all the leaders of Israel, commanders, judges, every important figure, and they go to Gibeon. Why Gibeon? Because that's where the tabernacle, the tent of meeting that Moses had made, was located. It was the central place of worship before the temple was built. There, in front of everyone, Solomon approaches the bronze altar and offers 1,000 burnt offerings to God. 1,000. This wasn't just a small gesture. It was a massive public declaration of his dependence on God and his commitment to leading the nation in a way that honored him. It was an act of worship on an epic scale. And God's response is just as epic. That very night, God appears to Solomon and says something incredible. He says, "Ask for whatever you want me to give you." Imagine that for a moment. The creator of the universe gives you a blank check. What would you ask for? Riches, long life, victory over your enemies. It's a tempting offer. Solomon's response is what truly defines him. He starts with humility and gratitude. He thanks God for the great kindness shown to his father David and for making him king. Then he makes his request. He doesn't ask for personal gain. Instead, he says, "Give me wisdom and knowledge that I may lead this people, for who is able to govern this great people of yours?" He recognized the immense responsibility he had. He knew that leading a nation wasn't about his own glory. It was about serving the people well. And to do that, he needed God's guidance more than anything else. He prioritized the well-being of his people over his own personal desires. God is so pleased with Solomon's answer. He tells him, "Since this is your heart's desire, and you have not asked for wealth, possessions, or honor, nor for the death of your enemies, and since you have not asked for a long life but for wisdom and knowledge to govern my people, therefore wisdom and knowledge will be given you." But God doesn't stop there. Because Solomon asked for the right thing, God adds, "And I will also give you wealth, possessions, and honor, such as no king who was before you ever had, and none after you will have." It's a beautiful picture of what happens when we put God's priorities first. He not only meets our needs, but blesses us in ways we didn't even ask for. So, armed with divine wisdom and incredible wealth, Solomon gets to work on his main project, building a magnificent temple for the Lord. This was his father David's dream, and now Solomon is the one to carry it out. In chapter 2, we see him making preparations. He knows this isn't a small task. He says, "The temple I am going to build will be great, because our God is greater than all other gods." He reaches out to Hiram, the king of Tyre, who was a good friend of his father. He needs materials, specifically the famous cedars of Lebanon, and skilled workers. Solomon's letter to Hiram is a masterclass in diplomacy and clear communication. He outlines exactly what he needs: timber and craftsmen skilled in working with gold, silver, bronze, iron, and fine fabrics. Hiram's response is full of joy. He praises God for giving Israel such a wise king and agrees to supply everything Solomon needs. He sends a master craftsman, also named Huram-Abi, who is an expert in all the skills Solomon requested. A massive workforce is organized, tens of thousands of men, to cut timber, haul stone, and oversee the construction. The partnership between Solomon and Hiram shows the power of collaboration and using the best resources available to achieve a great purpose. Solomon didn't try to do it all himself. He sought help and expertise, all for the goal of building a worthy house for God. These first 2 chapters of 2 Chronicles aren't just historical records. They're full of timeless lessons. They teach us about the power of humility, the importance of putting God first, and the wisdom in asking for guidance over personal gain. Solomon's reign started with an act of worship and a humble prayer, and that set the foundation for all the greatness that was to come. It's a reminder for all of us that when we start with the right heart and the right priorities, amazing things can happen. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this story inspiring, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into these incredible accounts. See you in the next video.